Gets better and better every single time I make it. Thor here, and today I'm going to be talking about boat appearances, how cleanliness or an upkept boat will generally be better received than a non-upkept boat. To start out with, I'm going to be cleaning my jet skis because they're pretty oxidized and faded looking. I'm going to be using something called boiled linseed oil to clean them. It's pretty impressive what boiled linseed oil will do to plastic, and the nice thing is it doesn't ruin anything. You can always do something later on if you want to, something different, but in my experience, boiled linseed oil is hands down the best. So I'm going to talk about boating appearances, give some examples, kind of my opinions on the matter, and we'll go from there.
Clean and unkept boats are fairly common, but ugly and unkept boats are equally common. It's pretty normal to see oxidized plastic jet skis like mine here, but I will point out I do keep up on the look of my boat. To be clear, I'm not saying a boat needs to be perfect to look upkept, it just shouldn't look like it's neglected or abandoned. Many people have a stigma against unkept, dirty, or otherwise unsavory boats. This mostly applies to marinas, but it can apply to other places as well. Generally, the main concern of an unkept boat is fire hazard. Many folks who see dirty boats with rust all over and paint peeling off often believe if it is that bad on the outside, it must be just as bad on the inside. Sadly, they are often correct to be concerned, and while there are very rare exceptions, generally a vessel's that external appearance, if bad, will be an indication of what the condition of the rest of the boat will be like. Some people try to justify ugly boats as someone's passion project, but again, in the marine environment, that is seldom if ever the case and is more of the exception. Most restorations are done on land. Quite often, ugly, neglected, and unkept boats end up in the marina and are never tended to. This is such a common problem that many of them sink in their berth, which can cause other issues for nearby boats. For instance, a large vessel on a floating dock can pull down the docks with it if it sinks. If the vessel is large enough and the water is deep enough, not only can the sinking vessel pull down the dock, but it can also pull down other boats with her and create a domino effect. While this is extremely rare, it is a possibility. Normally, a floating dock has enough flotation to hold a sinking vessel up or until the lines snap. This can also happen in certain types of ball fields as well. Neglected and ugly vessels tend to also have their docking lines neglected and are seldom secured well. It is not entirely uncommon for them to come untied, or for that matter for them to snap their lines, and they will drift out of their slip and into other boats in the marina, causing damage. The last thing I want to cover about unkept boats is my personal opinion, and that is they just look sad. While in some cases it is understandable for a vessel to look neglected, for instance if the vessel is a derelict and is no longer able to be used because she was damaged or is unrepairable, quite often these vessels will get stuck in marinas while people figure out what to do with them. But for the ones that aren't, all I can wonder is how and why did somebody let it get so bad? How did that boat go from a cherished, special thing, an achievement, to a thing that is given less attention than most people give their front yard? It is like looking at a dead dream. I get the same feeling when I drive around town and see boats that were easily hundreds of thousands of dollars sitting in a yard rotting and neglected. It is just sad, but that is my opinion. I would love to hear about your opinions or what you think about boats that are unkept and dirty left in marinas. Feel free to let me know in the comment section. Now back to the video of cleaning the ski. So I want to show the difference that this finish makes. On this side of the PWC, you can see where I've applied the finish. On this side, you can see it's still oxidized. So I hope you enjoyed this different perspective of why some people don't like dirty and neglected vessels. If you did, please hit that like button. I would very much appreciate it. So until next time, this is Thor, signing out.